Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome back. Welcome to the Star and the Lantern Tarot. Welcome to Podcast Friday. Yes, we're going to be talking about laws, the 12 universal laws, but I will go over your zodiac weekly forecast first. So I'll just let everybody roll in. First, before we get started, I'll let some people get in on into the chat room. So, one moment. And we will bring this up on the computer too. Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. How are you? All right. So we're just going to let people load in. It's Podcast Friday. We are talking about the 12 universal laws. All right. That is what we are going to be talking about this week. So, one moment. Let's let everybody roll in. All right. And I am going to go over your weekly horoscope. I do every podcast, starting with Aries. So let me get some people in here. Make sure you guys are smashing the thumbs up button, please. Let some people get in here. Hi, Rick. Hello, Jose. Hello, Bellatrix. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Poonam. Thank you. Yeah, I wish I could see all of you. So we'll give it just a little bit more time to let people roll in. And like I said, we usually start the podcast with your weekly horoscopes. So get some water. All right, so I'm sure they'll be straggling in. All right, let's go over your weekly horoscope, starting with Aries, okay? So, Aries, this is from March 3rd to March 9th. It says, get ready to walk the walk and talk the talk as Mercury enters your sign on Monday. You'll find yourself in a spotlight for better or worse over the next few weeks. Be bold, Aries, but don't let your hot temper burn bridges. Think before you speak, or you might regret it later. Can you continue to put yourself out there when Mercury sextiles Pluto in Aquarius on Wednesday? You can easily make friends at parties and win people over with your charm. Don't forget to develop friendly relations with your neighbors and build a strong social network to fall back on. All right, and that was for Aries. Let's go on to Taurus. One moment. All right, Taurus, this is from March 3rd to March 9th. Big emotions will be brewing under the surface as Mercury enters Aries and your subconscious zone on Monday. Feelings, one moment, let me get out of that. Okay, feelings that you thought were dormant will demand to be dealt with over the next few weeks. Speak your truth, Taurus, but don't lose your head to intense feelings. Take deep breaths. All right. Especially since you might be making some major power moves in private, Taurus, when Mercury sextiles Pluto in Aquarius on Wednesday. The right allies. Oh, I slipped. Okay. The right allies. All right. Can help you get ahead in your career, but don't tell anyone what you're doing. Keep things on the down low for now. All right. That was for Taurus. Sorry about the phone. All right, Gemini, you're up. This is March 3rd to March 9th, Gemini. It says winter is melting away and it's time to spring into action when Mercury enters Aries and your social zone on Monday. This is a great time for networking, making friends, and posting on social media. Follow your humanitarian passions with bold leadership before retrograde begins. Start by logging on as Mercury sextiles Pluto's in Aquarius on Wednesday. This is an ideal way to create a digital community to expand your mind and ideas. Use this energy for networking or studying new information. Just make sure you check the facts. All right. And please smash that thumbs up button. Helps the channel grow. We're moving on to Cancer. Let me get a drink. All right, Cancer. This is from March 3rd to March 9th, Cancer. It says, plant the seeds for your ambitions as Mercury enters Aries and your career zone on Monday. All right. As you get ready for spring, use this energy to make some power moves at work and brainstorm ways to boost your reputation. Take the lead, Cancer, but don't let your mouth write checks you can't cash. Ask for what you want, especially if you want to get ahead in your career, as Mercury sextiles Pluto in Aquarius on Wednesday. Use your reputation to shake things up, such as getting a promotion or a new career. Try making some power moves. And that was for Cancer. Up next is Leo. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. All right, Leo, March 3rd through March 9th. Spring is about to begin and you're ready to leap from your rut and travel to greener pastures when Mercury enters Aries and your expansion zone on Monday. While this isn't the great time for impulsive vacations, it's a good time to be bad and make waves. Oh, well, Leos are pretty good about being bad and making waves anyway. They don't need initiative. It could bring new adventures. All right, consider taking a relationship to the next level on Wednesday. Be open and honest with discussions, and that can strengthen your relationships. Whether you're clearing the air from a fight or negotiating a contract, it's time to partner up. All right, that was for Leo. Up next, it's going to be Virgo. All right, Virgo, from March 3rd to March 9th. The truth will be revealed as winter melts away when Mercury enters Aries and your intuition zone on Monday. For better or worse, you will easily separate fact from fiction in every interaction. However, don't call people out too quickly, Virgo, because blowing up can cause controversy. Keep your cards close to the vest and play it cool. It says your already incredible worth ethics gets a major boost on Wednesday. Whether you're delegating tasks to others or leveling up your own habits, you can achieve some amazing results quickly. You got this. And that was for Virgo. Up next, we are going to have Libra. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. All right, Libra, March 3rd through March 9th. It says, do yourself a favor and resolve any lingering grudges before the retrograde when Mercury enters Aries in your partnership zone on Monday. You have a limited time to resolve a conflict before it blows up in your face. Focus on making love, not war, Libra. Especially on Wednesday, it's a great day for love and romance. Having a lover or partner can double your pleasure. Whether you're starting a love affair or a creative collaboration, you'll have fun making something together. Enjoy. All right, up next is Scorpio. Thank you for coming in. Make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up button, please. All right, Scorpio, March 3rd through March 9th. Spring is almost here, Scorpio. And if you haven't gotten your life together, you better get on it when Mercury enters Aries in your productivity zone on Monday. Use this energy to make important appointments, plan a fitness routine, and improve yourself in radical ways. Get ready to put in the work. Start by doing a little spring cleaning on Wednesday. Write the to-do list and check off tasks. You'll want to get on top of things before the chaotic retrograde season begins. Make your home a peaceful space, Scorpio. All right. Next is Sagittarius. Let me get a drink. Hello, hello. All right, March 3rd through March 9th. Sagittarius. Get ready to start the week on a passionate note when Mercury enters Aries and your pleasure zone on Monday. Prepare to make a little magic before the retrograde begins. Use this energy to ask someone out or work on a creative project. Take a leap of faith and ask for what you want, Sagittarius. You just might get it. Try some experimental thinking on Wednesday. If you're having trouble getting on the same page with someone, look at the problem from a different perspective. The Hangman. All right, up next it's going to be Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, March 3rd through March 9th. Get ready to start the week on a passionate note when Mercury enters Aries. Oh, sorry, that was the last one. It didn't change yet. I got ahead of it. Okay, Capricorn. Home is where the heart is, and hang on for a minute. Home is where the heart and mind are for the first half of the month as Mercury enters Aries in your family zone on Monday. Your thoughts will be on domestic issues as you put down roots in preparation for spring. You'll need the support of a stable home life when retrograde season begins. Get closer to your loved ones on Wednesday. Being around family can help you understand your place in this world and stay connected to your root. Sorry. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, let's try that one. Sorry about that. Let's do it again. Take 55. Aquarius, March 3rd through March 9th. Spring is about to bloom, and so are all your bright ideas when Mercury enters Aries and communication zone on Monday. There are no bad ideas. Fiery passion can lead to innovation and charisma, so use your strong words to lead people in the right direction. That's what we're doing, right? All right, like speaking up for yourself on Wednesday, Aquarius. Let your voice be heard and be vocal about the things you care about. Whether you're advocating for your career, community, or yourself, speaking up changes everything. All right, and last but not least, Pisces. Un momento. All right. Your finances do the talking, Pisces, because you're ready to make important investments on Monday. Use your resources to improve your life. However, while building an empire, keep your desires in check before they turn into possessions during the retrograde. Everything, everything in moderation. That is the temperance card. A good conversation can awaken emotions buried deep on Wednesday. As you discover what you truly value in your life, nurture these longings and go for it. Reach for the stars. Pisces. All right. That is the weekly horoscope. I hope you guys like that. Is there any questions before I get into the 12 universal laws? All right. Let me go over the chat really quick. Make sure I didn't miss anything. All right. All right. Okay. So we're going to be talking about the 12 universal laws, and the 12 universal laws of the universe explain how energy, thoughts, and actions influence our reality. All right. They reveal principles of interconnection, vibration, and balance that can help us live more harmonious and attract positive experience. All right. I'm muted. No, I'm not. Can you guys hear me? I shouldn't be muted. Zero fucks given. I'm not muted. You're muted, probably. Can you guys hear me? Oh, wait. Can you guys hear me? Check, check. 1, 2, 3. Check, check. Can you hear me? Zero Fuchs Given says they can't hear me, so somebody tell Zero Fuchs to either refresh or dip out. So I don't understand why they can't hear you. Unless they're just being stupid and retarded. Another troll. Maybe we need to kick out Zero Fuchs. Because he said no when I said, can you hear me? Never mind. You know what? I'll kick out Zero Fuchs. Bye. Alright. Okay, so...
Yeah, was that the right check?
We're not talking about that. What is your name? Subreddit. We are talking about something else, okay?
Thank you.
So, alright. Let's talk about the 12 universal laws, alright? These are laws that can help you manifest and help your vibration and help you, alright, and help you just... What do we say? Yeah, and balance, all right? And help you balance your life, okay? The 12 universal laws literally explains why vibration matters, why actions, your thoughts matter, how we are all interconnected in the universe, okay? All right, so the first law is going to be the law of one. All right, the law of one is what is possible for someone else is possible for you. So this rhetoric that everybody is saying, well, they have it but I can't, or they're doing it but I can't. No, that is not the case. If somebody else is rich, so can you be. If somebody else is driving that Lamborghini, you can too. All right. So what is possible for someone else is possible for you. Okay? And what is possible for you is possible for all. Because we are all connected, it's extremely important to treat everyone the same way that you want to be treated. And I think your mama told you that anyway. All right? Everyone is worthy and no one is more worthy than someone else. So even when you get these Karens on here that think that they're more worthy, the law of one, and this is a universal law, says no. All right? The powers you seek outside of you, this is very important. The powers you seek outside of you were always inside of you to begin with. Let me say that again. The powers that you seek outside of you were always inside of you to begin with. So, remember what I tell you guys, happiness doesn't come without, happiness comes within. And when you're looking for answers doesn't come from other people, answers comes from within you. All right? The law of vibration. It says whenever you are ready to attract something new into your life, you should shift your vibration to match the energy of the thing you're trying to attract. All right? Whenever you are ready to attract something new into your life, shift your vibration to energetically match the thing you're trying to attract, which probably it has to do with happiness, being happy. Remember the attitude of gratitude, always knowing that you can, and it can be yours. There's no God in the sky that says this person gets this thing and this person gets this thing and this person gets this thing. You just have to know how to attract it in from your vibration. And remember, negativity ain't going to get you anywhere. All right? All right. Vibration lies in your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, words, feelings, decisions, attitudes, and all influence your energetic field. Your aura, your energetic field. Let me do that again. Vibrations lies in your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, words, feelings, decisions, and attitudes. And they do influence your energetic field. What is outside of you? All right. Shifting your identity is the fastest way to shift your frequency. Remember, I am, I can, I will, I trust, and I do. Shifting your identity is the fastest way to shift your frequency. All right. All right. The law of action is the third law. The law of action. Just sitting on the couch and listening to meditation and visualizing won't bring your manifestations to fruitions, even though it helps. There is physical action involved, but it's not the kind of hustle, grind, hard work, exhaustion that you were taught that is required for you to succeed. There is physical action involved, but it's not the hustle, the grind, the hard work, and exhaustion that you were taught to succeed. All right. Inspired action. Remember, physical action. Action is when you take action in the energy of believing that you are always being guided and your intuition is leading you step by step to your desires. All right? So, that's the action. By listening to yourself and believing that you are always being guided in what direction to go. All right? All right. The next law is the law. It's called the law of mirrors, but it's the law of correspondence. Okay. Whatever you see in your physical reality can be traced to the root cause inside of you. Whatever you see in your physical reality can be traced to the root cause inside of you. So remember what I said. If you're negative and things are going bad and you keep that negativity in your brain, you're not changing anything because what's inside of you is negative, and what outside of you is going to reflect that. It's going to be negative. That's why I say the attitude of gratitude. All right. All right. Most people spend their entire lives pointing fingers at everyone else, waiting on them to be different or to change or to fix things. But the change can only be addressed within you. Remember what I said when I say what other people think of you is not your business? And it's not. What other people think of you should not reflect. What other people think of you should not have any bearing on what you're doing and what you're manifesting. All right? So let me do that again. Most people spend their entire lives pointing fingers at everyone else, waiting on them, right, to be different, to change, and to fix things. But the change can only be addressed within yourself. Only when you change is your outside going to change. But if you're going to be the blamer, it's their fault, it's fault, it's mom's fault, it's dad's fault, it's my grandma's fault, it's family curse's fault, then that's what you're going to get. Because you're not taking responsibility and you're not believing that the change comes from within you. You're blaming everything going wrong on family curses. You're blaming everything going wrong on them. They're my problem. That person's lying. That person's cheating. That person's stealing. That person's not a nice person. So what? That's them. That's their karma. But whatever's inside of you, all right, that's where you need to fix it. Because if you were on the right path, anything that anybody else does shouldn't trigger you. So even if you're around somebody that's a cheater, that's stealer, the liar, doesn't talk nice, runs over the dog on purpose, if you weren't lacking in something, you wouldn't be triggered. All right? That's where triggering comes from. All right. So, all right, remember that. Most people spend their entire lives pointing fingers at everyone else, waiting on them to be different, to change and to fix things. But the only thing that you can do is change yourself. All right. All right. The next one is the law of cause and effect. This is karma. All right. Only put out what you want to receive. Only put out what you want to receive. If you're putting out nasty, what do you expect? You're going to get nasty, all right? Be the kind of human you want to interact with, because that's a frequency, that's a vibration, and if you're your best person, you're going to attract good people. But if you're a negative Nancy, what are you going to attract? Negative Kens. Make decisions that are reflective of the reality you want to create and the world that you want to live in. Did you hear that? Make decisions that are reflective of the reality you want to create and the world you want to live in. So, if you want to live in the castle with the moat and the alligator, then you need to go find the castle with the moat and the alligator and go live in it. You can't live in your apartment and not be happy because you really want the castle. If you want the castle, go find the castle. Go live in it. All right? The cause equals decisions that you make and actions that you take. The effect is the results you get. The cause equals decisions that you make and actions that you take. All right? The effect is the result that you get from that. Okay? Now listen to this. This is very important because you're going to be like, huh? Okay, listen. The universe is neutral and impartial to the seeds you sow and what you give. It will only return what you sow because of free will, the law of free will. The universe is neutral and impartial. So you cannot say God is against me, the universe hates me, the angels aren't protecting me. No, the universe is neutral and impartial. Okay? You're creating your own reality by saying those things. All right? Now listen to this. I find that what is returned is always bigger than what is given. Remember when I told you guys that if you have to spend the money that you're trying to have on something, it will return to you twofold. You will always get back and then some. So, if you lost $1,000, to say you're carrying out around $1,000 in your pocket and you lose it and you don't get it back, the universe will find a way to get you $2,000. All right? You need to know that what is returned is always bigger than what is given. So if you are kindly giving advice, if you're kindly being the person that's kindly helping people, remember, it's going to come back to you twofold. All right? All right. The law of attraction. Remember that you're a magnet and you have the ability to magnetically attract whatever you want. Do you hear me? You're a magnet and you have the ability to magnetically attract whatever you want. So if you want a horse, you can attract it. If you want the little baby goat, you can attract it. Okay? So the things that are in your life, you've attracted that. And if it's shit, it's because you've attracted that. You actually put those things there by negatively speaking, by not believing, by not vibrating at your best person, living your best life. So if you've got shit in your life, it's because you've attracted it. Okay? Listen. Amplify your magnet by knowing, not doubting, not curious about it. Magnify, amplify your magnet by knowing that you are worthy. You deserve it. Nobody says that you can't have it. You're the one who's cock blocking yourself. If you want it, go after it. Find a way to get it. Remember, though, what that said, action is what's going to help you. You can't sit on the couch and just and think it's going to come in. Your action is going to help you get what you want. But by amplifying your magnet, you have to know without a doubt, 110%, that you are worthy. All right? Vibrations lies in your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, words, feelings, decisions, attitudes that all influence your energy field. Remember, that's what we said the last time. So your thoughts, your beliefs, your words, your actions, anything that you do is reflected on this little invisible force around you, your vibrational field. So if you're living your best life, if you're happy, if you just know things will work out, if you definitely 110% believe that you're worthy of having the best life, you're going to attract it. All right? And you need to say the things and believe the things and show the things. You have to show other people too. All right? That you're worthy. You have to believe in yourself. You have to love yourself. All right? You can't be a negative Nancy and expect great things to come in. You just can't. You're going to get negative things. Okay? The law of transmutation. With the right aligned focus, you can transmute and alchemize any energy into anything you want. With the right aligned focus, you can transmute and alchemize any energy into anything you want. All right? By living your most bestest life, all right, living in your purpose and being your authentic self, you will automatically inspire us to do the same. Which, when you inspire others to do the same, all the vibrations are rising. So your vibration is rising and their vibration is rising. Okay? So, higher vibration energies consume lower vibration energies. This is why it's important to never force anyone to come on your journey. Your journey is your journey alone. That's it. All right? You will shift people out of their low frequencies just by being you. Remember what I said. If you are your authentic self, if you're living your purpose, and you're raising your vibration, anybody around you is going to raise vibration too. Okay? But don't try to force someone with you down your journey. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody learns different. Everybody's timeline is different. Okay? All right. The law of compensation. We will always be financially rewarded for showing up in life as our best selves. Financially, it literally says that. You will always be financially rewarded for showing up in life as your best self. All right? When you participate in making the world a better place, you will be financially rewarded for it. Okay? That's the law of compensation, literally right there. If you're living your best life and you're trying to make a world a better place, you're going to be financially compensated. The law of relativity. All right. When unwanted crap pops up in your reality, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. Hello. When crap pops up in your reality, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong. It doesn't mean anything except the meaning that you give it. Remember what I said about attachment? This is just a rubber band, right? It's just an old rubber band, and if something happened to it, I fucking wouldn't give a shit. But if my dear old grandma gave me this rubber band on her dying bed, on her deathbed, and she said, Wendy, this rubber band means so much to me because I had it when I was a kid, and I want to pass it to you. All of a sudden, this rubber band it means something, and I have an attachment to it. All right? So don't do that. Don't attach yourself to anything. Okay? So listen, crap is popping up in your reality. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong. And it doesn't mean anything except the meaning that you give it. That's for everything. The only reason why something is important is because you're making it important. All right? All right. There are certain lessons for all of us to choose to learn before we incarnated here. And the faster you neutralize what it means for you, the faster you will learn the lessons that you came here to learn. All right? And then you can shift your vibration. Okay. This is why the practice of gratitude is so important. It's always giving you perspective of how any situation, things can always get worse, right? I mean, we've been there. We've all been there, right? When we're just at some lowest of low, we're like, what else can there be? And that's probably the worst thing that you could ever say, right? What else could happen? Well, a lot could happen. All right. The law of polarity and contrast. The law of polarity and contrast. All right. Polarity creates clarity. Polarity creates clarity. We often get what we don't want to remind us to get clearer on the things we do want. So remember when I tell you guys that when you're manifesting, you need to be very clear with the universe about what you're trying to manifest. If you're trying to manifest the most perfect person in your eye, then you need to tell the universe, my perfect person has brown hair, blue eyes, 6'2", built. Remember what I said about asking for mental, spiritual, and physical maturity? Remember, those are the 3 things you need to ask for, okay? So, polarity creates clarity. When you find yourself in the shitstorm, you're going to be very clear about what you don't want in life anymore. And you're going to be very clear about the steps that you need to take to get better. All right? Polarity creates clarity. All right? Avoid labels and judgments. Nothing has meaning except for the meaning that you give it. Avoid labels and judgments. All right? All right. Sorry about the noise. The dogs are outside playing. The law of patterns. All right? The law of patterns. What you resist persists. What you resist will come at you 100%. You know why? Because you're like, no. Because you're not going with the flow. So whatever the universe is trying to give you, take it, learn your lesson from it, and move on. If you say no, the universe is going to be like, oh yeah, baby, open up. Here comes the train of spinach. Open up. You're going to take that swallow anyway. All right. What you resist persists. Say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for my car breaking down. My car probably broke down because there was an accident that I would have been in if I would have went 2 blocks more. Thank you for the flat tire. I probably got the flat tire because I've been working 60 hours a week and the universe is trying to tell me, hey, dummy, you need a day off. So here's your day off. All right. You need to realize that things happen for a reason. Okay. And it's to help you out, not be against you. Okay. All right. Eternal conflicts or eternal alignments will manifest as a pattern that we can trace back to the root. So conflicts, if you're conflicted or if you're alignment, all right, you've manifested it. All right? So when something keeps showing up in your reality over and over again, that's a pattern and you can trace it back to the root. So if you have daddy issues and you keep attracting these idiot men that don't know how to treat you, the root is you have daddy issues and you need to work that out. If you're getting all of these crap jobs that don't pay anything, it's because you're trying to just take something for money and you're not putting your happiness on the line. Stop doing that. You need to take care of yourself. Okay? Honor the season you are in. You are not always meant to be harvesting. What does that mean? If you're not harvesting, then what are you doing? You're working. If you're not harvesting it and you're not resting, you're working your ass off. Honor the season you are in. Okay? All right. The law of balance between feminine and masculine. Hello, Dupree. Hello. All right. The law of balance between feminine and masculine. Okay. Manifestation is a co-creative process of balancing both action and surrendering at the same time. Neither can purely surrender. Intention plus action equals real life magic. All right. Knowing when to take action and when to surrender is the key to avoiding burnout and attachment. So remember that manifestation is a co-creative process of balancing action and surrender. So I'm going to work hard for something, but I can only go so far if I'm almost there, but the universe says, time to surrender it and let the universe take over. Okay? You need to balance your yin and your yang to manifest. You can't purely manifest on a feminine and you can't purely manifest on a masculine. You need to incorporate both, which feminines take in. Feminines are nurturing, masculines push away, and masculines are the hardworking, the protectors, right? So nurture, but also be firm. Nurture, but be firm. Okay? Masculine and feminine. All right. You got to nurture, but you got to be firm, which means you can't be the hindering parent. You can't be over loving to where you spoil them, but you can't be the negative parent that is always telling them they're fat or they're never going to amount to nothing either. All right. When they need help, when somebody needs help, help them, but don't let them abuse the help. Don't let them use you. Nurture, but be firm. Okay? All right. The law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity. Whatever you give with an open heart will be returned to you tenfold. That's great. With zero expectations. All right? Whatever you give with an open heart will be returned to you tenfold. The biggest mistake that people make with give is they expect something in return. Don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. When you give, you need to give from the heart. And when you give it, even if it's money, if somebody says, "Hey, I need groceries and gas and I'm broke," and you give them the 100, don't be like, "But you got to pay me back in 2 weeks." Don't do it. All right. When you give from an open heart. If they have it, which the universe will make sure that you get it regardless. So even if they didn't pay you back the $100, you may win it. Or you may all of a sudden have a bonus, or somebody else gives you some money, or something. Like something will happen where you get that back tenfold. So when you give from an open heart, don't have any expectations about receiving anything back. Okay? All right. People are not the source of money. Source is the source of money. Remember, I just said that. People are not the source of money. Source is the source of money. What you owed through reciprocity will always be returned to you through infinite avenues. What did I just say? If you give that $100 to somebody and they don't have it to give back to you, you need to let that go and just know that the universe will give you that $100 back somehow or tenfold. All right. And I know that this works because I already said this one time that when I bought that camper for $2,000, right? I bought a camper for $2,000, which was through pictures. I didn't actually go look at it. But when my husband went to go get it, it was a piece of shit. And he told me, he called me, he said, this is a piece of shit, right? And I never got that $2,000 back. But the next month, my sister gave me $4,000. See how that doubled? I didn't even ask her for it. She was like, you know what? We got this money and I know you need it. And I know that $2,000 that you lost on that camper was not coming back to you, but I have $4,000 and I want you to have it. So I got it back and then some. Okay? There's always going to be a way, an avenue for you to get back what you gave with an open heart. But if you expect it back, you're only probably going to get what you got or less. Right? If you gave them 100, they're going to give you the 100, or they'll even probably give you 75 and be like, I don't have the rest, and you're going to have to just eat it. Okay? That's the law of reciprocity. Give with an open heart and don't expect anything back. The law of purpose. This is Dharma. All right? The law of purpose. Your purpose has less to do with what you're doing and more to do with who you're being. Your purpose has less to do with what you're doing and more to do with who you are. Who are you? All right? This frees up you to do anything you want to do. Because who are you? You're not well, for one, you're not who people say you are, but you're not who you think you are. You're way much more. Yeah, this meat suit kind of holds us back a little bit, but we're still able to do anything that we want, especially through manifestation. All right? This is why your authentic self and expressing your true self is the key to living your purpose. Naturally, from that place, you will be drawn to make use of your abilities and talents and gifts by following what calls you. That is the law of purpose. What is your purpose? My purpose is doing what I'm doing right now. And this is why I'm doing it. And you know what? I am blessed with a husband that lets me do this. My husband doesn't come home and say, it's time for you to get a job because we need more money. He doesn't do that. He lets me do this because he knows it makes me happy. I am helping people. It's my calling. I am blessed with that. And you would be too, okay, if you do that. All right. So remember that, okay? So your purpose has less to do with what you're doing and more about who you're being. All right. And you can be anything you want to be. The law of infinite possibilities. No matter what, miracles will always exist. All right. No matter what, miracles will always exist. Okay. Grace fits in with this law. It's the impossible things that don't make sense will manifest anyway as proof that there truly is a higher power within all of us that's taking care of us and has our best interests at heart. Sorry, I just had pizza for supper too. All right. Grace fits within this law. All right. The impossible things that doesn't make sense will manifest as proof that there is a higher power within all of you and me, all right? And that it's taking care of us and it has our best interest at heart. We are able to access infinite timelines, dimensions, and reality through this law. The belief that anything is possible will immediately align you with this law. So you need that affirmation in your head at all times. Anything is possible. And I can be whoever I want to be. All right? All right. The law of unwavering faith. And this person literally had typed out the word ever 100 times. It says never, ever, 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 100 times. Give up on the things you want the most. Never give up on the things you want the most. That is it. That's the law. The law of unwavering faith. Remember, I said hope was not a good word. This is faith. When you have unwavering faith that things will work out for you, it will. Because the universe will make it. Okay? And so will you. From unwavering faith. Okay? And that's the only thing. That's there. The law of constant motion. Okay? Remember? Yeah. Things in motion stay in motion. This is why we don't sit on the couch all day. All right, unless you just need some downtime, it's fine. Change is always happening, whether you're resisting it or going with it. But it's going to be easier for you if you go with the flow. If things are changing and you're like, no, 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 universe, I don't want it, I don't want it. The universe, what did I just say? The universe is going to be like, open wide, here's that spinach. You're going to take it anyway, baby. All right? Change is something to be embraced. Momentum is a powerful force. Once you gain momentum over something, it's time to go full into it. Whenever you embark on a new journey and the energy starts flowing to that journey, make sure you go all in. All right? Momentum will carry you where you need to go. All right? It's constant motion. Things in motion stay in motion. This is why we work on the things that we want. This is why we make the vision board. This is why we actively have to pursue our goals. Is because that's the motion that sets everything else in motion. Right? All right, the law of free will. I want my voice. Number one reason why we cannot change what other people, all right? Number one reason why we cannot change other people. Everyone has access to free will. Number one reason why we can create anything we want is because we have access to our own free will. So, you cannot change other people because they have their free will. But you can change anything around you because of your free will. All of your choices and decisions and actions, all right, are yours to make and yours to act upon. All of your choices, decisions, and actions, are yours to make. You are the creator, the artist, the conductor, the CEO of your life. if you want something, there is no power outside of you that is keeping you from pursuing it. But if you're just going to sit at home and whine about it, it didn't work out for me. Well, what are you going to do about it? But that's not saying, because I already know that there's somebody in here going, oh, so that guy that broke up with me, if I still really want him, I can go chase after him. No, that's called stalking. All right. The guy that broke up with you because he doesn't want you no more, you need to cut that loose. Okay? Because you can't change the free will of others. He has the free will to choose who he wants to be with. And if it's not you, you need to own up to that and move on to something else, okay? This is not giving you a pass to be up somebody else's ass trying to get them back, okay? Don't do it. All right. So that is it, okay? Digest these laws, ponder them, contemplate them, and meditate on them. They will show up as themes throughout your life. Notice how when they show up in your life and how you interact with each law. All right? Remember, awareness is everything. So that is about seeing the universe talk to you through numbers and symbols and synchronicities. Like yesterday. We had a bunch of synchronicities yesterday from my tarot card reading, and I don't even know why. So we had 666, right? We had what was the other number? Hello? We had 666. Did we have 999? I can't remember. We had 666, 999, and when I closed out of everything, I saw 333. And 333 does mean something too. Okay? So, those are your 12 laws of manifestation. Okay? All right. If you ever had thoughts like, if you want to be rich, you have to be born rich. You're not deserving of that kind of money. Money is a limited resource, and I feel guilty for wanting more. I can be rich or I can be happy, but I can't have it all. More money means more problems. Rich people are greedy and do bad things with their wealth. If these are any of your core beliefs, then you are out of alignment with abundance. All right? If these are anything that you think, you are out of alignment with abundance. Okay? All right. So is there any questions or anything that you guys want to talk about? That was the 12 laws of the universe. I really liked it. I thought it was very useful. Some of this stuff I didn't know, but like when I read it to you, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I say, but I didn't know that that was a law. So, so is there anything that I can help you guys with? Is there anything you want to talk about? Are there questions? We can always look them up if I don't know. Did you guys like the podcast? Is there anything else we can do? Boy, this winter, it's like dry, cold, and then it was 75 degrees today, and my face, it just breaks out. So dry. I ordered some of that Talon beef and honey. Talon beef and honey, because they said it was supposed to help even out your skin tone and get all these dry spots, because my T-zone is what's giving me hell. So I am well, DXR. How are you? Do you think everyone can do the law of manifesting? Yes. Yep. Remember what I said in the beginning. Hello. Everybody is the same. There is no, I'm better than you, you're better than me. What you want to manifest will definitely be different than what I want to manifest, but everybody can manifest. Yes. All right. The same. It's the same. Remember what I said in the beginning. There is no one better. We are all the same. We all bleed red, no matter what our skin color is. If you were to cut off any one of our fingers, we all bleed red. So, right? So we're not different. These 12 laws for manifesting is for everybody. Not just the socially elite, not for people with just red hair. So, this is for everybody.
They got it all worked out. They got it all worked out.
What do you think made the laws and why 12? Well, I think that there was more actually from what I saw. Those are just the laws of manifestation. There were more laws. Hang on. I think there was like 32 laws, but I don't know if they were about manifestation. Let me look here. Hang on one moment. And I would say probably who made the 12 laws was people who understand about manifesting and that you can't come from a false place to manifest or no, you cannot. It says, may I practice manifesting a call or message from my friend who blocked me? Remember what I just said about free will. They have their own free will. You are not supposed to be messing with anybody else's free will. That is a big no-no. All right? That's a big no-no. Let's see what this one is. Jack, you either pull your shit together or get off my chat. This is not what we're doing today. You literally need to read what the mods are putting in the thing. All right? All right, let me look at this. It says the 7 universal laws explained. So let's look into this. Hang on. This is 7 universes. 7 universal laws. The universal law of mentalism. All right. The first of the 7 universal laws is a law of mentalism that tell us the all is mind and the universe is mental. The all is mind and the universe is mental. And it's true. The universe, they say that the universe runs off of numbers. So the all is mind and the universe is mental. This means that mind or consciousness is the underlying substance of the entire universe, and that this this consciousness is the mind of absolute universal mind. Being an immutable law, nothing can or ever will change it, and it holds true on all planes, the physical, the mental, the spiritual. All is mind and the universe is mental. It means that the mind or consciousness is the underlying substance of the entire universe. And that's true. I mean, if you really think about that, we create, right? We create what we want, and we are what we create. So with that being said, that's got to be true, okay? The mind or consciousness is the underlying substance of the entire universe. Have you ever had a thought that you just kept to yourself and somebody else said the same things that you thought? It's because we are still connected through consciousness in our mind, and what you're thinking other people can be thinking too, because nothing is just capped to you. Like, what was it? I can't remember, a long time ago, but I had a thought for a good idea, but I never told anybody that good idea. And then, like 2 months later, somebody said, "Hey, you know what would be a good idea?" Blah, 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 blah. And they said the same exact thing that I thought would be a good idea. And I was like, why in the fuck didn't I say that? Because that was my idea, but it really wasn't my idea. Everybody still has these thoughts. All right? So, remember that the all is mind and the universe is mental. Okay? It means that mind or consciousness is the underlying substance of the entire universe. All right? That's the law, number one law. The universal law of mentalism. All is mind and the universe is mental. Law number 2. The universal law of correspondence. As above, so below. As within, so without. Okay? This means that there is harmony, agreement, and correspondence between the physical, mental, and spiritual planes. Okay? So, if you are a mess on the inside of you, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, that is the shit you're going to see on the outside of you. Because as within, so without. As above, so below. Which means heaven is on earth. You make your own heaven, or you're going to make your own hell. Here, in the physical plane, by what you say, what you do, and what you think. You're either making your life heaven, or you're making your life hell. Remember what I said about picking a lane? You're going to be a sad sack, or you're going to be a happy fuck. Which one do you want to be? Because you're going to create it. What is within is without. What is up is down. You're either creating your hell, or you're creating your heaven. Right? Okay. There is no separation, since everything, including you, is mind. And remember what we said about mind. All is mind, and the universe is mind. So, there is no separation, since everything, including you, is mental energy. That's you too. Okay? The only difference is the rate of vibration. All right? The third of the universal law says, okay, that vibration is what, and frequency is what shifts us apart. Okay? So remember, if you are coming from the attitude of gratitude, if you're being your authentic self, if you're being happy, if you're letting things go, if you're coming from an open heart, that's going to be the world outside of you, because that's the world inside of you. Okay? Okay. Law number 3, the universal law of vibration. Here we go. Okay? The third of the 7 universal laws is a law of vibration that tells us nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. And remember the other law that says the law of motion. If it gets in motion, it stays in motion. Things of rest stay at rest. Okay? But this says nothing rests, everything moves, and everything vibrates. It's because you're on this great big rock that we call Earth. And if Earth is still turning and spiraling up, when we're moving with it, Earth has got to vibrate too. And you got to vibrate. And don't forget that a lot of your body parts, your heart is electric. Did you know that? You have electricity in your heart. That's why they give you that boom to get your heart going. It's because your heart's not just some muscle that's blah, 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 by itself. It's got electric in it. So does your brain. Electric neurons, you're firing neurons in your brain. It's got electric, okay? So you vibrate. Everybody vibrates. Okay? All right. The only difference between all manifestations of consciousness or mind, be it matter, thoughts, emotions, things, or circumstances, is the corresponding rate of vibration. So money has a vibration. And if you can vibrate at the same vibration as money, guess what you're going to attract? Love has a vibration. And if you are vibrating at the same vibration frequency as love, guess what you're going to attract? And yes, you can look that up. You can look up what the vibration of money is, and love, and hate. All right, you can look them up. All right. The higher the rate of vibration, the less dense and more subtle that thing is. The lower the rate of vibration, the more dense and less subtle that thing is. On a physical plane, everything you experience within your 5 physical senses is conveyed to your brain through vibration. Everything in the 3D world is a vibration, only that you experience things as being solid because of the way your brain interprets those vibrations. You know that slit, I forgot what it's called. That's where they put the slits in the wall and they shot the light through it, and if they wasn't looking at it, it was a wave particle, but when they looked at it, it became lines of light. It's going towards that. If you're not paying attention to it, it's still vibrating, but it's not a tangible thing. So basically, I'm looking at my phone and I can touch my phone, but if I look away, my phone is not real. My phone is just vibrating. But when I look back at it, it's a phone. And they can prove that that's what everybody does. That if you're not paying attention to it, that it's just vibrating. It's just something that's vibrating. But when you look at it, it becomes solid because you're giving your attention to it. And remember what I also told you, where the attention goes, the energy flows. That's why I tell you, don't pay attention to negative things because you're giving it energy. That's why I say spell work and hexes don't work if you're not paying attention to it, because you're the one who's giving it the mental energy to affect you, not because somebody casted that spell on you. All right? It's because you're giving it energy. Thought is vibration. All right. The law of vibration with the law of attraction. All right. Like energy attracts like energy, which is the law of attraction. Okay. You can learn to control your mental vibrations at will by consciously choosing what you focus on, what you imagine, what you assume, and how you emotionally react to outer world circumstances. You can change your core beliefs and reprogram your mind. All right? This is the foundation of true thought power. So remember, okay, that what you focus on and what you can imagine, okay, that's you vibrating at the same thing that you're focusing on and imagining, and you can attract it, okay? Number 4, the universal law of polarity. All right. This tells us that everything is dual and everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. All right? Things that appear to be opposites or contradictory are just two extremes of the same thing. Like masculine and feminine, up, down, right, left, right? You have two different hemispheres of your brain. Heat and cold appear to be opposites, but in truth, they are varying degrees of the same thing called temperature. Right? Duh. The same applies to all opposites. The opposites pair of love and hate, peace and war, positive and negative, good and evil, yes and no, light and dark, energy and matter, are all but varying degrees of the same thing. You can transmute your emotions along the same line of any pair of opposites, from hate to love, from fear to courage, and so on, by raising your emotions and by consciously choosing to focus on higher emotions. This serves to raise your mental plane's overall vibration and hence also your corresponding 3D experience. Okay? Rising above the law of polarity. This principle of duality may appear to be very real in your life, but it operates only on a physical and mental plane, not in the spiritual plane. All right? All is one in the spiritual plane, and God is above all opposites. Do not label anything as good or bad, be it a desire, a person, a thought, a thing, or a circumstance. You prevent yourself from becoming attached to the other side. All right? So don't label anything as good or bad. No matter what it is. It is what it is. All right? I know. I can hear you guys. But what about murderers and rapists and blah, 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 okay? They say that murderers and rapists and anybody that's on the other side of that sign up for that life or has to come and learn that lesson. Okay? So, if somebody's a murderer and they murder a bunch of people, okay? When the people go to wherever, then they have a chance to come back as a murderer themselves if they want to either experience or pay back. All right? The thing about reincarnation is when you're the victim and you're not the victimizer, when you're the victim, you have to forgive it. You have to forgive it because if you don't forgive it and you hold a grudge, that's what holds you to come back as the other thing. So when you're a victim, you're the thing that you need to do so that you don't come back and reincarnate and keep that wheel of reincarnation going is you need to forgive the transgressions, all of them. You don't have to forget them. You can learn your lesson from them, but you are meant to forgive anything that is done to you in a negative light. That way you can break the law or the coming back as the other thing. That is what you're supposed to be doing. All right? You're not supposed to label anything. But people keep doing that, and that's why you have murderers and rapists and blah, 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 blah. That's why you have that, because people keep labeling things and not forgetting it and holding grudges and getting mad, and instead of just saying, you know what, hurt people, and the murderer obviously saw some shit when they were young, or they were neglected or abused, and that's why they are who they are. And even though it doesn't make sense for them to treat other people like that, I'm not saying you need to turn a blind eye to it, but you need to realize that hurt people, and then you just need to leave it alone. Like, and that's it. And that's it. Hurt people. Neglected people, neglect people. Abused people, abuse people. And if you're in that situation, well, A, get yourself out of that situation. But when you do get yourself out of that situation, then just be done with it. This isn't about, oh, I hate them. I hate them for what they did to me. They were bad to me my whole life, and I hate them. Well, if you keep doing that, you're going to come back as that until you learn a lesson to let it all go. And when you come back as the murderer, then you got to come back as the victim. And then when you come back as a rapist, you got to come back as the victim, because it's just it keeps going and keeps going. So you got to forgive transgressions, guys. All right? Okay. Law number 5, the universal law of rhythm. The fifth of the 7 universal law is a law of rhythm. This tells us that everything flows in and out. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swings. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right and the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. Is the second of the mutable or transcendable law of the universe, and it means that all things, whether they are visible or invisible, swing between the opposites, courtesy of the law of rhythm. Remember when I said life, it has its ebbs and flows? That's this. You're either you're riding high and you're happy, or something happens and it knocks you down, but you get over it and you get back on and you're riding high and you're happy, and something else knocks you down and you got to get over it, and so that's what you're doing throughout life. That's what you're doing, and this is what you're doing. If you just did this throughout life, you're not learning anything, you're not going anywhere, you're not changing, and none of these laws will affect you, because you're just flatlined. And you're not learning, and you're not, you're not learning, and then you're not creating, and then you're not learning, and then you're not creating. So the laws say this is life. That is life. You're either up or you're down, but nothing lasts forever, either one. Okay? It's the law of rhythm. There you go. All right, and it just said that. Imagine the waves of an ocean. You're either up here or you're down here, but you're creating, you're learning. You're creating, you're learning. You're creating, you're learning. You're happy, you're sad. You're happy, you're mad. You're happy, you're satisfied, whatever, okay? But it has to be that way. It's got to be that way. Nothing can stay forever up, and nothing stays forever down. Law number 6, the universal law of cause and effect. And we talked about this, right? Every cause has an effect, and every effect has its cause. Okay? We talked about this in the other one. So, your thoughts, your beliefs about yourself and others in life, and your overall mental state set in motion specific causes that come to materialize over time. So when you think bad things, negative things, life is shitty, the universe hates me, God hates me, I guess I'll go eat worms, everybody hates me, that's what you're going to cause on the outside. But if you're inside and you give from an open heart and your authentic self and you're happy, That's when you're going to create the most amazing things in your life, because what's in reflects out. The cause is the effect. Okay? When you're happy, you create happy. And when you're sad, you create sad. The cause and effect. All right? The law of cause and effect applies to the three planes of existence: the spiritual, the mental, and the physical. Having said this, on the spiritual plane, cause and effect are instantaneous, such as they appear inseparable. On the other planes, your experience of time and space creates a time lag between the cause and the effect, right? So, you punch somebody in the nose, they're going to bleed, right? But if they go to the doctor and they sue you for a broken nose, well, it's because you punched them in the nose, right? All right. Law number 7, the universal law of gender. Remember, we said this. Feminine, masculine principles. You need to work with both. Remember what I said? You need to be nurturing, but you also need to be firm. You don't need to be nurturing where you're a doormat, and you don't need to be so firm where you're stubborn. You need to be nurturing, and you need to be firm, okay? And you need to work with both. You can't be one or the other, especially if you're going to manifest. All right, and that's the laws. Those are the 7 laws of the universe there. All right. Do I have any more? Do I have any questions or anything? Are you guys pretty? Do I explain it pretty well? Like, I'm trying to make it so transparent that you're like, oh, okay, I get it. I get it. Jennifer the Familiar Witch. I don't know who Jennifer the Familiar Witch is, but my name is Wendy. Hello, Bobby. Hello, Bobby. My name's Wendy. And we do tarot card readings 5 days a week, but on Friday, it's podcast. Thank you, Bobby. It's nice to meet you. Welcome to the channel. Don't be a stranger. Like I said, we're always giving away free tarot readings. We are always giving away free tarot readings. So there are more laws I'm now like reading. Here's 50 universal laws, and then I also saw a tag of 105 universal laws. So, I mean, if you just stick to the 12 laws, I'm pretty sure you got it covered. The 50 universal laws. The law of harmony, the law of oh my gosh. The law of harmony, the law of reincarnation, the law of wisdom, the law of grace, the law of soul evolution, the law of bodhisattva, the law of vibrational attainment, the law of free will, the law of one, the law of manifesting, conscious detachment, gratitude, fellowship, resistance, attraction, reflection, unconditional love, the magnet, affinity, we did that one, the law of abandon, the law of divine order, of attitude, the law of threes, the law of association. If you guys want any of me, if you want me to read any of these, we can go through them again but if you don't, you're like, I'll do this later. The law of commitment, dissonance, experience, fearful confrontation, group consciousness, personal return, activity, denial, new beginnings, compensation. We did that one. Psychometric influence, the law of totality, dominant desire, duality. We did. Self destruction, environmental manifestation, restriction, self worth, growth, self truth, summarize experience, the law of belief, the law of dharmic direction, the law of purifying action, the law of karmic excess, the law of release, and the law of ritual. So, there's a whole lot more. There's a whole lot more. I would imagine the 12 laws are probably the most important laws, especially if you're going to manifest. Like the law of totality, the law of dominant desire. You want to be my dom? I'll bookmark that. If you guys want to go through that, like not now, but later, we can always do that later. So I think you can click on it or something. So anyway, there's 50 laws. Alright, so the law of least effort. I didn't see that one. We're going to click on it. The law of least effort. Maybe. My internet's just been whacked today. I don't know why. The law of least effort, also known as the path of least resistance, is a concept that describes the tendency of humans and other organisms to choose the easiest and most effective path or course of action to accomplish a task or achieve a goal. It is based on the observation that living things, including humans, often seek to conserve energy and minimize effort in their actions. The law of least effort can be observed with various aspects of life, such as human behavior, natural processes, even the function of complex systems. So if it's human behavior, for examples, individuals may opt for taking the elevator instead of climbing the stairs, or using a smartphone, all right, instead of using like the index cards at the library. This law also applies to cognitive processes where people tend to rely on heuristics and shortcuts to make decisions quickly and with minimal mental effort. Natural processes. In nature, physical systems tend to follow the path of least resistance, like water, right? Flows downhill, flowing in a natural gradient, taking the path of least resistance. Electrical current does the same, all right? So basically, we are like that. If we know what to do in a quick manner, that will be the path that we take. All right. So that's what that is. Doesn't really have nothing to do with manifesting, though. It's just the law of least effort. Hey, Fishy. Oh, by the way, Fish, I know the name of that taco place. now. It's called Happy Taco in Berryville. It's called Happy Taco. Happy Taco. You can Google it. All right. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about, or any questions, or all right, Rick. Bye, Rick. Love you. Be careful. Have a good night. Yeah, we'll probably be getting off here too in a little bit. Don't look like anybody's got any questions, and there are only 9 of us in here, so. Yep. Let me know. All right. All right, well, there's only 9 of us in here, so it looks like that was a pretty easy podcast. No, not much. Fish. Just doing what I'm doing here. Yeah, everybody's pretty quiet today. I think everybody's energy is pretty on the low side. So, yeah, I think everybody's quiet. I don't know. I would imagine everybody's probably feeling the same as far as there's something going on. I don't know. Like I didn't even sleep very well last night. I couldn't stop my brain from turning, and I wasn't even really thinking of anything, but my brain wouldn't shut off. It was like, I don't know, it's like when you're outside of an area where there's a lot of people and all you hear is and it's like that in my brain. It was like that in my brain last night. Like I didn't have like one conscious thought, but I couldn't shut it off. I don't know what that was. But I was like, damn, like brain, shut up. And like I said, it wasn't like one coherent thought like, well, tomorrow you need to do this and you need to do that, and this is a list and that's a list and blah, 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 blah. It wasn't even like one coherent thought that I could just follow. Like I said, it was just like blah, 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 in my brain. Ugh, I hate it when it does that. But that means probably that there's a lot of energy shifting around us. That's what I'm going to say. What numbers do we text to get a reading? That, oh, sorry. I forgot that number. 1-870-900-0383. Hello, we'll put it in chat. She's got this number. Big Aries. It's 1-870-900-0383. There it is, Big Aries. Hello's gotcha. I got a reading tonight, by the way, at 8 o'clock. I have a reading. I had a lot of readings today. A lot. 4. I have 4 readings today. I did 3 today and 1 at 8 o'clock. So I have a lot of readings to do. My hair's messy. Sorry, guys. It's a messy bun. I don't know why people freak out about that. A messy bun is exactly that, a messy bun. They would freak out if they ever fucking went to a goth dance floor and they saw all of the women with rat's nests, or what they call bat's nest buns. Oh my god, they'd fucking flip out. Yeah. I keep busy. Yeah, it's literally called Bat's Nest buns that the gothic people and the emo people used to wear. These fucking people would freak out. They saw that. And I think they look hot. I like the look of goth hairdos. Like that girl that was on Beetlejuice, you know, how she had that spiked. Yeah, I mean, that's a messy bun. It's called a bat's nest. People are so dumb. You can look it up on YouTube. It'll definitely tell you how to do a bat's nest, and you know how you do it? You tease your hair. So, and it looks like this, except it's in the back more. I just don't know. I know it's just hair. You're not literally. I'm not on here to give you a hair tutorial. I'm on here to talk to you about things. Like, so you need to like get over the hair. People are just triggered. It's just unbelievable. Like calling me grandma. That's the best fucking word you could ever call me. I am a grandma. I'm proud to be a grandma. Like that one girl does. She ain't even flicking any hair. It's just pretend. Oh, goodness. All right. So are we ready to wrap it up? Does anybody have any questions before we get off here? Be better. You gotta go back. We was talking about the laws of the universe. I went through your weekly horoscope, and then we went through the laws of the universe. So it was a good discussion. So do you guys have any questions, or are you good? Or I went through the laws of the universe and what they mean. So thank you, Stacy. So thank you. Hello. So if all of you don't have any questions, then let's wrap up this podcast. All right. Are y'all good? I don't want to get off here and then somebody be like, "Well, I had a question and you just left." In the comments. So if you are all good, say I'm good. Hello says you're good. Boink boink. Oh, Big Aries, I got your text, honey. I see it. So I'll send you information on that. All right. So hello is good and Amber is good. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Be better, okay? You're good. If you just rewind, it's a good podcast. And last Friday's podcast was about manifesting two ways: manifesting in your mind and manifesting with spell work. So you guys are missing some really good podcasts, I'm telling you. I am telling you, you guys are missing good podcasts. Like, there's a slew of information I'm giving in the podcast. So, good night, fish. Much love to you. And if you're in Berryville, Arkansas, let me know. If I can get there, I will. Be better. That was a good one. Manifestation. Yeah. So, well, while I have you on here, though, what do you guys want to talk about? Hang on. Look, let's I got so many notebooks here with notes. Okay. Next podcast. All right. Next podcast. Do you guys want to talk about you guys want to go over like, well, that's a lot. You guys want to go over like zodiac signs and their um zodiac signs and what's compatible with your zodiac sign? We can do that. Um yeah, you do. You want to go over zodiac signs and their what's compatible to the zodiac sign? We can do that. um yeah. You guys want to do that? Okay. All right. So next week's podcast then will be zodiac signs, what they are. We'll probably go over kind of touch on birth charts, but not really get into birth charts because I don't got time for that. So we'll get into zodiac signs, birth charts, houses, and then we'll get into your zodiac Chinese sign, your Indian. When I say Indian, I mean Native American Indian zodiac sign, what they mean, the compatibilities, the things that you're not compatible with, and we can get into like I said, the astrology houses and stuff like that. Okay. All right. We can do that. So we'll do that next time. Where's a pen? I need a pen. There's a pen. All right. So we'll go into zodiac signs and what's compatible, what's not compatible. We'll go into birth charts. We'll go into the astrology houses. We'll go into your Chinese zodiac, your Native American astrology, all right, and your birth totem animal. How about that? So we'll hit all of that stuff. Hello, Midnight Blue. Okay. No free readings tonight. Sorry, guys. That will be Sunday. Gotta hit me up on Sunday. Sunday fun day. Hey, hey. I'm right-handed. Be better. I'm right-handed. Remember, I'm mirrored backwards. So, all right. Yep. Remember, I'm here 6 days a week. 6 days a week. All right. The only day you're not seeing my face or hearing my voice is Saturday. So, there's my information if you need a personal reading in the chat box. Lefties. That's right. Left people are in their right mind. I missed it. I'll catch the playback. All right. Yeah. It's a good podcast. Last week's was good too. If you want to know how to manifest, that was last week's podcast. So All right, so we went from 7 people to 12 people, but we are trying to wrap up tonight. So if you guys don't have any questions about the podcast, then I'm going to close this down, okay? Because I have a tarot reading at 8 and I'm going to get ready for that. So if y'all are good, I am good, and I love you all. All right? You guys be good and you be safe. And if you're in the inclement weather areas, please pay attention because we have more weather coming in. Okay? We got more thunderstorms in the south and more snow in the north. So if you're in any of those areas from the Dakotas and Nebraska and Oklahoma and Texas over, make sure you're paying attention to the weather. All right? Because we have more shit coming in. I know. I'm sick of it too. Hello. So, all right. But I love you all. And yeah, you guys need to start coming to the podcast because they're a lot of fun. So, yeah. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Much, much love to you from me. And I wish you guys the best. And I will see you Sunday. All right. Bye, everybody.